Yo, peace, peace. Can y'all hear me? Indra back in the building. It's going down. Let me get some nines in the chat box if y'all can hear me. Let me get a confirmation. Yo. Make sure you can hear me and see me well. Press 9 if you can hear me and see me well. There's a slight delay with the live. All right, we good? We good? How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling on this Saturday? Saturn's Day. How we feeling? Peace to the God King Joe. I see you in about a week, bro. Yo, how we feeling today, yo? How we feeling? How we looking? A lot of things going on the planet, yo. A lot of things going on the planet. So it's been a minute since I came on live, so I want to come through, give y'all knock out a few birds with one crystal. You feel me? We're gonna knock out a few birds with one crystal. So y'all see, we're doing a Q&A. It's been a minute since I've done a Q&A live. For my accelerator members, we do a Q&A every month. But it's been a minute since I did a Q&A on the YouTube. So if you see my comment, make sure to put a question mark if you have one. Do I have any of my moderators in the building? Any of my moderators in the building? So just give me a second, y'all. I ain't in no hurry. Y'all know I'm a battle rap fan, so I'm definitely watching the main card tonight. But I am in no hurry. That's why I wanted to come on here, take my time with y'all, answer some questions, chop it up with you. Do I have any of my moderators in the building? Let me know. Let me know. What up, Samari? Greetings from Chicago. What up, what up, what up, Veronica, Mr. Diamond B, good to see you. You don't want to always say my main man. Good to see you. King Jewel, of course. Nikki, I'll be seeing you in about a week as well. Rich Roots, beautiful. Ken, Nicole, Veronica, Katanya, we in the building. What's up with y'all? What's up with y'all? All right, so while we let some more people come through, remember to put a question mark if you do have a question. Am I too loud? Am I too loud either? Am I good? Just good? Make sure I ain't screaming at y'all. Y'all know how I get down. But as we let some more people come into the building, put a question mark if you do have a question. Other than that, you have to do a super chat so I can actually see it. When my moderators are here, it's a lot easier. But while we do that, just a couple quick announcements. Okay, we good? All right, sweet. Couple quick announcements for those who have been waiting to holler at me in the flesh. The 4th Soul Glow Spiritual Retreat is underway. It will be going down in exactly 8 days. Next Sunday, 11/11, for all you people that feel special when you see it. In exactly 8 days will be the 4th Soul Glow Spiritual Retreat. If you go into the description of this YouTube, there is one spot available, yo. One spot available. And so if you want to be down, make sure to cop it as soon as possible. I know it's short notice. I know it's within a week, but to be honest, I've lowered it down so it's mad affordable. And all you have to do is get to the Smokies. That's all you have to do. Once you get there, everything will be provided. Food, drink, snack, everything. We got people from all around the world coming through, so you definitely want to be a part of it. It's always something supernatural or historical that goes down at my retreats. I expect this to be no exception. So if you've been waiting to see me in the flesh, to come kick it with some spiritual people, but are also cool. If you know anything about me, I attract the coolest spiritual people. So it's not none of this weird people acting all goofy and stuff like that. People are usually down to earth. They're usually themselves, but they're about that spirituality. Have so many things going on at the retreat this year. Some of the things I haven't even shared with the people that's come. It's just some surprises. So if you want to be down, make sure to go to the link in the description, cop your joint as soon as possible so you can be a part of history. Also, I'm doing another Soul Glow retreat, this one in September. So that's actually in about 7 months, 6 months or so. With this one, I've already had about 4 or 5 people sign up for real, for real. I expect it to sell out like all the other ones. So if you're in a spot where you want to cop it early, take advantage of the early bird special, or take advantage of the flex pay, go to soulglowretreat.com. Also, the link in the description for that one. Like I said, I'm not going to push it too hard because these things usually sell out themselves. But I just want to let my YouTube family know, also let my accelerator people know. So to make sure that I get the people that have been rocking with me for the longest, make sure you're in the building. All right. Other announcement, last one, then I get into some questions and answers. Other one, if you've been waiting for my spiritual business 4-week course, if you're a healer, counselor, teacher, diviner, tarot reader, whatever your gift is, if you have a true spiritual gift or you make soaps and products and crystal jewelry and stuff like that, but you do not have the business IQ or you're not putting yourself out there in a professional way, make sure to go to spiritualbizaccelerator.com. This is literally, I want to say, the 7th or 8th time that I've taught this course. And I wouldn't do it if I didn't see so many people benefiting from it. Like, I literally have people that have taken a course that you may even know their names at this point because they've been putting in that work. It's one of the biggest joys I get is seeing people do their path, like seeing people actually winning on their path, seeing people actually making an impact on humanity. Because I know, like I've been telling you, it's a lot of fugaziness going on right now. You feel me? That was one of the reasons why I came back as full gusto as I have been, because I believe a lot of people are misleading y'all on this spiritual path. A lot of people are doing things rooted in their ego. A lot of these so-called teachers and leaders and thought leaders and whatever you want to call them, they're misleading you on purpose. They're putting you in a position where they want you holding on to their hand for the duration. A true teacher, a true person of spirituality always points you back into yourself. And I see a lot more of that coming through. You come holler at me, I'm definitely going to put you on that track so you can make a positive impact on humanity. So if you're in a spot where you want to start your business or you want to grow your business, go to spiritualbizaccelerator.com and then sign up as soon as possible. The first class goes down in April. So make sure you come through. All right. So I'll say the announcements a little bit later again, but let me get into some questions. Appreciate everybody for coming through on this Saturn's day. So what we got going on? Where my questions at? Where my questions at, yo? Appreciate the super chat. Did you have a question, or you wanted to bless the God? Okay, peace, Ali. I can't find your 3 major blockages for spiritual growth video. I looked 3 times to all your videos is gone. Expectations. What were the other 2? Yeah, to be honest, I don't recall taking that video down whatsoever. I really don't. So hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I don't recall taking that video down. And I don't recall the name of it. And I honestly don't recall exactly what I said at the time. So unfortunately, I don't know how to answer that. Spiritual blockages, expectation. I don't want to give you any misinformation. So yeah, my apologies. I really do not know the name of the video, and I promise you I did not take it down. It's only been like a couple videos I've ever taken down, to be honest. And it wasn't based on the information, it was based on the perception of the information. I can get on here and say my truth and say it as clear as possible. And if I don't word it in a certain way, it can be misinterpreted and misconstrued. So the only videos I've taken down, literally, I spoke my heart, but I know most people didn't get it. So literally in all my time on YouTube, I've only taken down like 1 or 2 videos for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? So my apologies. Yeah, that sounds about right. Desires, expectations, attack. That sounds about right, yo. Appreciate you, Mystic Treasure. You just giving me a donation, blessing of God, or do you have a question as well? The people that's kicking me some loot, y'all ain't even asking a question. I appreciate your, contribution, but make sure you put a question with it or something. How can I know if I have any spiritual blockers, or better, how can I identify any spiritual? Great question. Okay, a block is something that prevents you from moving forward. So take anything that you're dealing with. What is stopping you from moving forward? Let me give you an example. Say that you want to say you want to, this is a perfect example. Say you want to lose weight. What is preventing you from losing weight? You could say, okay, maybe it's my diet. So, what is preventing you from implementing the diet that is conducive for weight loss? You can say something like, oh, okay, I'm miseducated. So, that block would be miseducated. Say you don't have the resources to cop like organics and a bunch of fruits and vegetables. Say you're a college student and all you're doing is eating ramen noodles, then your block is a financial crisis or financial means in order to support you on your path. So you have to evaluate, what do you want to do and what is preventing you from accomplishing or attaining that which you want to do. That is a block. A block is anything that keeps you from moving forward. So if you want to take it from a spirituality standpoint, like what is preventing you from growing spiritually? It could be a certain practice that you're not doing. Say you're led to do meditation, but you are not disciplined enough. Then a discipline would be a spiritual block. Or say that you don't believe in yourself. Then faith in yourself would be a block. Say that you grew up in a Christian household and you have a lot of programming from when you were a child. Then that programming would be a block because you're not letting it go. So letting go would be your spiritual block. So a spiritual block is literally anything that prevents you from moving forward. That's the simplest way I can explain it. Does that make sense to you? Divine BUT. Appreciate you. Okay, you did ask a question. Appreciate the contribution. Okay, seeing synchronicity high level. What do you mean? Okay, cool. Cool. Great question too, by the way. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. It's a lot. It's way more rewarding to get questions that just not alter questions all the time, which is fine if you have alter questions. But when I first started doing alter work videos, there wasn't too many people making them joints. You feel me? Now, if you put in alter videos, it's gonna be a plethora of videos, and everybody has their own way of doing it. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody has their own way of doing their altar. So with that, you're gonna get a lot of confusion. The book Ultra Magic Manual, I literally got the cover back from the person who did it, so we are good to go. It's edited. It's about to be sent out to the printer this weekend. So Ultra Magic Manual, my third book, for those who have pre-ordered it, is definitely will be to you in the month of March, and I appreciate your patience. But after I wrote that book, I was like, I'm never going to make another video dealing with the altar. Altar work is very simple. You can make it complex, you can make it grandiose, you can make it over the top, or you can make it dumb simple and just be very consistent. I practice altar consistency with my altar. I don't go through no long, elaborate ritual, walking around the altar 5 times, wearing white, washing my hands 20 times, doing a bunch of ash. I don't do none of that, man. It takes me literally a few minutes to do my altar work. Now, if you're led to do something different, something more complex, by all means, do you. But with the advent of a lot of people sharing altar information, with the advent of people making everything too complex, always less is more and more is less a lot of times. You feel me? So it does my heart joy when I don't come on here and I just see a bunch of altar questions based on what other people were saying. What I always recommend, if you got information from someone else dealing with the altar, then maybe you should go ask that individual. Because I promise you, I lay altar work down so simple as dumb. Dumb simple. You feel me? In your book, you stated we choose our parents. Can you explain this concept? I didn't say that in a book. I said that in a video. And I mean, I can refer you to the information that is from the ancients. One being the Tibetan Book of the Dead. In the Tibetan Book of the Dead, they show you or they articulate to you where a soul is literally in the ethers or in the heavens, looking down upon earth, actually choosing his parents, and at the time of copulation, going down and getting into that female or whatever. I'm maybe missing or misspeaking or whatever, but it shows you the elaborate procedure of a soul choosing parents for another earthly existence. And it's a popular like, I guess, concept in spirituality, in the occult, where many people say we choose our destiny, we choose our parents, we choose our name, and all these different things. Me personally, how I can speak so fluently and authentic about it is my middle son, who is 15 now. He, when he was younger, literally told me about his past lives. He told me and his mother separately about his past lives. And like, y'all want me to go there? Do y'all mean y'all want to hear it? You know what I'm saying? This is a little sidebar, man. I need to know if y'all feel me on this. I'm thinking about doing a series on my YouTube where I just share stories. I have so many different stories that I'm about to start doing a series on my YouTube, call it Spiritual Backstories or something like that. I actually got the idea from a battle rapper named DNA. He, on his channel, he has something called Everything Doesn't Have a Backstory. And he just tells stories about things that happen behind the scenes with battle rap. I feel, especially with me, anybody know me, I keep it a buck. You feel me? I come from the era, I'm an 80s baby. I come from the era when keeping it real meant something. So I pride myself on being mad authentic. I come on here and I speak very candidly and very openly, but I speak my truth because I lived it. So with that, when I share a story, even though it may seem far-fetched, trust me when I tell you, if I'm opening my mouth, it's the fact. You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna tell me what happened in my own life? Like, I tell some of the people close to me, I'm like, y'all know me. Some people know me for 30, 40 years. And if I told you some things, you'd probably look at me like, man, Ali, that didn't happen. And I can swear on my life that it happened. You feel me? So with that, I'm thinking about doing a series on my YouTube where I talk about spiritual stories, supernatural events, and just a myriad of things I've gone through. Also, people I'm close to, we've had shared stories, so I may have them come on here as well. So let me know if y'all would appreciate that. Say, yeah, I want to hear about the stories. But speaking about how a child chooses their parents, it was let me think. I have to base everything on where I lived at the time. We lived on Girard, and so my daughter was probably about 9 years ago, maybe 10. I would say 10 years ago. That's my guesstimation. About 10 years ago, I'm sitting in the living room and I forget what I was watching, but I was just watching something on television. You feel me? At the time, I probably entertained television a little bit more. And my son, my 15-year-old son, he was in the dining room area. In the dining room area, we had like a desk and a computer or whatever, one of them PCs, computer, desktop computer joints. And I remember, man, dude looked at me, he looked over at me and he was like, I remember before I came here. And I just kind of perked up because it was just me and him at the crib. And he just looked over. He was like, yeah, I remember before I came here. I remember seeing you and mom. And I remember, he described it as, I remember spiraling down, is the way he described it. You feel me? He said, I remember spiraling down. I'm pretty sure he used those words and coming to earth. And he used the word heavens. Like, I don't know if he was just describing the afterlife or the ethers or whatever, but he used the word heavens. That's not a word that we toss around, especially at the time or whatever. Because I know heaven has sort of a religious connotation, and we're very careful with our children not to program them with religious jargon. I'll just say it like that. So he literally told me that he knew about coming here before he came here. Then later on, he said the same thing with his mother. He is like, yo, like, I remember when you and the brother were small and I was big. And he was talking about a past life. I'll let her tell it if we do the story. She can come on and tell it herself because I don't want to speak for her. But for sure, my son, who is the most, I would say, all my children are spiritually gifted. He has a different kind of gifts. He's the one that gets still to this day gets visited by spirits and stuff like that. He's 15. It's been happening his whole life. So he's the more, I think, out of all the children, he's the most receptive to spiritual beings and stuff like that. He just has a very high spiritual IQ, is the way I can put it. I can assure you he understands certain concepts in spirituality that a lot of people as adults don't even get. I've tested him. I was like, asked him about past lives and asked him about certain things. This was less than a year ago. And like candidly just said things. I'm like, where did you get that from? Because we don't adulterate our children with beliefs and metaphysical concepts and stuff like that. So when he gets something, it's his own spirit. And he said, hey, yo, he was like, I just know. I just know. And that's why I'm trying to tell parents, y'all are trying to convince your children of certain things when your children already know. You need to convince yourself of what you believe. Once you know these things, you don't feel the need to push your agenda on people. I made a short where I was talking about how we get upset, and I'm saying we collectively, and I was there at one time when religious people try to come and tell us how we should be living our life, that they'll tell us, hey, yo, you need to go to church, or you need to follow this pastor, or you need to read this book or the Bible. How would you feel? How do you feel when people come at you like that? So when you're telling your children, you know what, Jesus ain't real, we practice working with the orishas. And that may be true, but you're instilling a belief system within them, and they ain't even grew up and have the chance to make their own decision. And the way I equate it, that's a form of child abuse. Child abuse is mental child abuse. You're telling your children something that could potentially harm them. Now, I can't tell you how to raise your children. Obviously, that's for you to decide. But in my crib, we do not adulterate our children with metaphysical concepts and jargon. All three of our children have very, I would say, highly evolved souls. So as long as we don't mess them up, they're gonna come out fine. You feel me? So that makes sense. That was for you. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. You feel me? So y'all want to hear the stories? Yeah, I want to share these stories. Y'all been working on my storytelling. If you're on my email list, you see a bunch of my stories. That's me practicing storytelling for real, for real. Yeah, if you ain't on my email, you need to run and do that. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you, yo. Bam. Go do that. Who's on my email list? Let them know what it is, yo. So they don't think I'm tripping. If you're on my email list, let them know what it is. What up, Queen Christy? I'll see you in the building. I will see you in about a week. Looking forward to it. I hear people saying they want to hear the stories. That's cool. Consciousness spirals into being clockwise disease, counterclockwise is information. Yeah, I heard that before as well. Mystic Treasure, I'm back. I was doing some Saturday stuff, but thank you so much for the biz class. This is just what I've been waiting for from a real for sure, for sure. I wasn't going to do the spiritual business joint. I said I was going to do it as long as I had people requesting it. The last cycle had 6 people. The cycle before that, I went over. You know what I mean? I try to keep it within 10, but I end up having 12 because I wasn't sure if I was going to do it again. So this last one, the last class, man, like it was 6 people in the last class. It was only 3 people that came through live. And once I was done disseminating the information and chopping up with them, answering their questions, which is a benefit of taking a business class and why I like to do it live, is you get to ask me in real time about your spiritual business. And long story short, they were just sharing with me how they spent so much money on business courses and business books. And in that 4 weeks, I laid it down so simple to them that they was easy to understand. And as one person put it, I have the confidence to move forward now because they don't have to overthink. They have the information. They literally have what they need to do. They just needed confidence or whatever is how she put it. So longer story short, I was like, man, I'm going to do it again, man. If people are benefiting that much from it, who am I to be like, I ain't going to do it again. So as long as I get like 3 people that sign up, I'll do it. You feel me? It's like that. It's honestly probably one of my funnest things to do as far as working with students is people that's wanting to start their spiritual business. It does me great joy, like working with my accelerator members and working with the business people, seeing them grow and evolve into their own. You know what I'm saying? I heard people say it like a while back, especially people with like mad guap. They're like, man, I don't want to be the only cat eating. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a crew, you don't want to be the only cat getting it in and eating. You feel me? You want to see everybody else doing it. So me on my spiritual path, I feel I gotta say this, you know what I mean, with the least ego. I feel very vibrant in my spirituality. I don't feel like I need anything. I'm not lacking anything. I don't need another tool. I don't need a teacher. I don't need I don't need anything spiritually except me. When I look in the mirror, I see my master looking right back at me. You feel me? So when you get to that point, I want to see other people feel that same thing. I want to see other people wake up and realize that they are their master. You know, shout out to my accelerator members on our last movie, Metaphysics. We broke down the movie The Last Dragon. If you have not seen The Last Dragon, I've been talking about it for years. As far as a melanated movie where dude stepping up to his mastery, I can't think of any other film to direct you to. If you are doubting yourself, if you feel like you don't have everything you need inside, go watch the movie The Last Dragon. That movie is dope. It's one of my favorite movies dealing with self-mastery. You feel me? So any other questions, y'all? Let me get these questions popping off. Let me get these questions popping off, yo. What we got cracking? That's deep and fire. When I look back at myself, I see the master looking at me. For real, for real. Show enough, you already know. You already know. Hey, peace, Kurt. What it do? What it do? Jim Kelly. No, that's Enter the Dragon. Is Jim Kelly? Is show enough Jim Kelly? I don't think show it ain't Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly, if I'm not mistaken, that was the dude with the fro on The Last Dragon, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, yeah. Somebody said he wasn't that wasn't the one. Yeah, yo. Last Dragon, that joint go hard, man. Or yeah, the Last Dragon, that joint go hard, man. All right, let me see if I had any other questions. Yeah, Mr. Treasure, I look forward to working with you though. Make sure to go spiritualbizaccelerator.com. Spiritualbizaccelerator.com. You know, people saying about the emails. I ain't making it up, yo. That's where I'm delivering content every single day. And this, like I had somebody hit me up. They was like, you need to make these emails a book. You know what I'm saying? So definitely join the email list. And it's free. You know what I'm talking about? It's free. If you want some free game, go to indraemail.com. Oh, Jackie. Hey, she took the business joint. Yes, it was simple and straight to the point, no fluff. You already, for anybody that knows me, know how I get down, man. I'm going to give you the most pertinent information. I don't like beating a dead horse. I'm not a jockey. You feel me? So, like, I'm going to give it to you straight like that. You know what I'm talking about? What is it? The 144,000 I keep hearing about. I'm pretty certain that derived from the Bible where it said only 144,000 people are make it, or only 144,000 people are righteous. It's akin to the 5%ers, nation of gods and earth, peace and blessing be upon Father Allah. Happy physical to the God as well, Clarence 13 Nets, the founder of the nation of gods and earths. That's akin to that, saying 5% of the people are righteous, 85% are dumb, deaf, and blind, and 10% know the truth, but they don't share it or whatever. It's akin to that. So it's like 144,000 people will be left or saved or know the truths of what's really going on. But I'm pretty certain that's a biblical reference. Somebody can correct me if that's not right. All right. All right. What else we got going on? What else we got going on, yo? You ain't got no questions, man? Give me some questions or topics, man. I want to chop it up with y'all, but I don't just want to just be blabbing. Y'all know I don't do that, yo. Okay, yeah, it's a biblical joint. Yo, it's mad jewels in the Bible, yo. I know people always say that, but the Bible, if you can read it and remove your ego and your prejudice, man, it got jewels in that joint, yo. See, cats be looking at it as a historical book or whatever, and like Not trying to be funny. I'm not questioning your intelligence, but any historical book got dates. You know what I'm saying? If you don't see any dates, it's not a historical book. You feel what I'm saying? Like there's no dates in that joint. There's no June 11th, 2 BC. There's no date, so it's not a historical book. So look at it as a metaphorical or metaphysical book. You feel me? And then extrapolate the lessons that you can take from it. I'm not one to be like, oh, you need to read. I'm just saying, like, there's information and knowledge that can be taken from any source once you have the eye to decipher it. I'll just put it like that. All right. What is the best spiritual approach to dealing with uh a demonic neighbor? For one, I don't know if they're is he bothering you for one thing? Is the demonic, as you put it, not me, is your quote unquote demonic neighbor bothering you? Yes or no? Is your demonic neighbor bothering you, Jay? Yes or no? Is your demonic neighbor bothering you? If you're just coming in, put a question mark before your question. I'll do my best to get to it, yo. Is your demonic neighbor bothering you, Jay? Yes or no? She's abusive to her kids, and yes, bothering me. Physically bothering you, or just bother you based on what they're doing? Like physically bothering you, not you looking in what she's doing is bothering you because she's dealing with her children. Is she physically, mentally bothering you? Coming to your crib and doing things to you? Yes or no? You can tell where I'm going with this. Because if the person is not doing anything to you, then you're doing it to yourself. And I recommend you just move or pay them no mind. There's things, if I'm sure if I go down the houses in the streets, there's going to be things that are unsavory in every crib. I can go and nitpick, and I'm not saying what they're doing is something to be taken lightly. I'm just saying that you can look at every person, you can look at every household and say, you may need to do this correctly, or there's a different way of doing it. Let's just put it like that. Have you noticed every person you know exactly what's wrong with them? You know exactly what they should be working on. You feel me? So we're all master counselors. Everyone on here have can recommend something to someone they know that can change their life. We can break down everyone's lives. But when it deals with ourselves, we get a little bit wishy-washy. We get a little bit of our ego too much in it or whatever. So if you live by a person and they're doing something, been to my door 4 times, we'll tell them not to come to your door anymore. But to sit here and say she's demonic, that is a very strong word to put on a human being. I've worked with many people. I've had a lot of people say they had demonic activity. Had a lot of people say, or not a lot, but I've had a few people say they've been possessed demonically. I've only spoken to maybe 2 people, literally. One was definitely dealing with the demonic energy, and two, the person was definitely dealing with, I wouldn't say poltergeist like energy. For the most part, people aren't dealing with and affected by that which you think they are. You feel me? So, what you can do as far as your crib is protect it as much as possible. Y'all know my main tool that I recommend for home protection is the altar, ancestor slash deity altar. Once you program it, you can program it to protect your domain. I literally have a few stories once again where my crib was protected. You feel me? I got a video from my porch camera, from one of my security cameras. You see nothing but these orbs circling and protecting the crib. You feel what I'm saying? Like evidence. I got evidential stuff. I can show you the video camera where all these different orbs are circling and protecting the crib or whatever. I have other stories where people have tried to steal something, and what they try to steal literally drop right in front of us, letting us know who was trying to steal it, and we got it back. So once you program your altar, you can definitely protect your crib. So you're not going to be able to go tell her what to do. You're not going to be able to call the cops and be like, hey, yo, go run them up, run them in. You know what I'm saying? But what you can do is protect your crib. I would do that by working with the altar. For everybody else that's asking about that, removing entities from the crib, work with your altar, yo. Altar is like ADT for the crib. It's your security system. You feel what I'm saying? Once you work that altar, yo, you ain't got to really worry about all that stuff, man. You want to go a little bit deeper, you want to get some sort of protection ward or some sort of talisman that protect the crib. You can go to tybro.com, tybro.com, look up their supplies for protection and find a protective ward. I ain't gonna hold you though, it might cost you some stacks. You feel me? Or you can get a protective talismans. I've actually customized protective talismans. You go to my online store, l9shop.com, the number 9shop.com, and I can make you a customized talisman. I do it for protection and I do it for prosperity. So if that's something you need, make sure to go do that. All right. Or you can make your own. Just Google how to make a talisman. But I don't recommend, what I don't recommend is you using sage, man. Now you can do whatever you want to, but soon when Riz, I believe, or the Wu-Tang had a song, soon when the smoke is clear. I forget how it goes, but it's like soon when the smoke is clear, something. I know somebody could say it in the chat. I know Nikki Love, she a woo head. Somebody probably in the chat know what I'm talking about. But soon when you do that sage and the smoke gone, then what do you think happens, yo? You know what I'm talking about? It's just like putting out raid for roaches. Soon when you're done spraying, the roaches are gonna come back out. You feel me? Or soon when you turn the light on, the roaches scattered. Soon when you turn that light off, they come right back out. That's the same thing that happens with your sage. Soon when your sage is done, it's going to come back out, yo. You feel me? So I don't recommend that you use sage. I mean, you can do whatever you want to, but that's not going to get rid of a strong poltergeist. That's not going to get rid of a strong demonic presence. What I recommend, in addition to your sage, is you demand that the spirit, entity, ghost, whatever leaves your crib, and you don't say it lightly. Once again, I'm sharing things with you that I know for sure work. The same child, my youngest son, my middle child, we were in Hamilton at the time. This may have been about 6-7 years ago. He was waking up. Once again, he's always dealt with spirits waking him up and bothering him. At this particular crib, he is talking about he got woken up a lot or whatever, and he got to the point where he didn't want to go to sleep. So one day, everybody was going out the crib, and I went into his bedroom, and I talked to the spirit like I'm talking to you. I say, hey, yo, you need to chill. And I talked like a stern father because I felt that I felt that the spirit was a child, which later I'll confirm because I'll confirm it here in a second. So I told the spirit, I was like, hey, yo, you need to chill. You ain't got to leave, but you do not need to bother my son. Don't wake up my children. Don't scare my kids. Make sure to stay in your lane, do what you do, but do not bother my children. I swear to you, he had no problems after that. I don't remember how long away from then, but we had a long hallway, a dumb long hallway at this crib. One end was the stairs going down to the kitchen, and the other end was the stairs going down to the living room / entrance way or whatever when you open the front door. So I'm literally in the hallway one evening, and I clearly in my mind's eye, I seen the child. It was a spirit, a ghost spirit. She was Caucasian, and she had like that hair that comes straight down. Literally seen it like clear as day. I was like, oh, yo, sitting there staring right at me or whatever. So I'm assuming that was the spirit that was bothering my son. I was cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not spook boo. I had many different, supernatural stories. That's why I want to, share that eventually. So I wasn't spook or anything, but for whatever reason, she just wanted to let her presence be known to me. So that confirmed that it was a child spirit waking up my son. So how you can take away from this share is You speak to the spirit like they're a child, even if they're not a child. You have a body and you have a soul and you have a spirit. They just got a spirit, a soul, and no body. So who you think has domain over them? You do. But if you don't exercise your right, if you don't exercise your power, then how are you going to make them do what you want them to do? It's sort of like you being a dude and there's a fly chick you want to holler at, but you too scared to go speak to her. You feel me? How is she? You expect her just to come up to you and be like, here, just take me. You know what I'm talking about? So these spirits, they're going to do what they do, just like children. Children will run amok. Like if I don't have my children do anything, they just sit and eat chocolate all day. You feel me? But soon when you direct them and give them a course of action, then they're going to fall in line and follow accordingly. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the way I recommend that you work with that. All right. Anybody else got experience with that? Like I've shared that before. It's like talk to these spirits like they're you know what I mean? Like they're people. You feel what I'm saying? All right. So if you're just coming in, I'm doing question and answers. I also have some announcements. I announced at the front. The most important one, the most time sensitive, the 4th Soul Glow Spiritual Retreat is exactly 8 days in the Smokies in Tennessee. If you can get there, get there. Go into the link in the description and it will say Soul Glow Spiritual Retreat number 4. That's the one that is in March 6th and next Sunday. I put it as a special discount to give you a deal for real. Because I really don't like having just an empty spot and it's sold out, but I had somebody cancel. So with that cancellation, you can take advantage of that. And like I said, I reduced the rate so you can cop it for the low. All you gotta do is show up, food and everything's included. So come holla at me. All right. What up, Kenny? Peace to the God. Hey, what's my man's joint? Hold on. Way. Shout out to Dre. Hey, yo, I didn't see people talking about the people at the Super Bowl. For all you hating on the old heads at the Super Bowl, y'all are haters. You feel me? Them cats got it in. You know what I'm talking about? Like Mary J was getting it in, Snoop was getting it in, Dre was getting it in, Eminem getting it in, Kendrick's young, so he should get it in. But y'all cracking on them. When was the last time you seen, for one, that much melanin at a Super Bowl performance in hip hop? Most of the NFL listen to hip hop, but they never have hip hop artists. So for all you that were hating and saying they didn't look good, how are you gonna look at age 50? You know what I'm talking about? Dr. Dre is literally worth like 800 million or something stupid. And he can get up there and still perform. Y'all are hating, saying that they were terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, how will you be doing at age 50? You probably want to be. I ain't gonna talk about y'all, but I thought they did an excellent job for being as old as they are. Hey yo, what's your YouTube, Kenny? I want to definitely plug you in. All right, what else I got going on? Here, Kenny, I don't have any of my moderators too, man. I'm gonna make you a moderator, yo, so you can help me out. I gotta add people I trust that I know. It's one of my accelerator members, so I trust them. So if I miss anything, you can just redo it for me. I made you a moderator. Inspire Vision. Go to YouTube, Inspire Vision. My man's putting out some great content. It's elevated. Just somebody I personally work with, so I'm starting to see his maturation as far as on the spiritual path. So definitely go run that up, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Also, I did a podcast called Into the Deep with Jay Costa, Costa. Excellent interview. Definitely go to YouTube, run that up, check it out, give you some jewels, some information. I feel like it was a great share. So definitely go run that up. Also, if you have a podcast, you want me to be a guest, I'm open, yo. Holla at me before Oprah and them start calling me. You feel me? Even though I know Oprah ain't gonna call me. You know what I'm saying? But before I don't have enough time as I do, I want to make sure. I don't care if you got 1 subscriber, 1 follow. I don't care about none of that corny stuff. I care about my time and my energy. So if you're professional, you're about your business and stuff like that, I'd be more than happy to come on your podcast, or your whatever, live, whatever you want to do. Just holler at me. Go to indraali.com and click on contact. All right. So if you want me to come holler at you, holler at me. No problem, Kenneth. No problem. Mirror of Spirits, can I see your message? I'm about to look. That's what I'm saying. I'm on this StreamYard, man. This joint don't highlight stuff like it should. I usually when my moderator says something, it'll highlight it, but it don't do that on here. I ain't even talk about the accelerator. Definitely, you want to join a community? I'll let me at the accelerator, yo. I appreciate you, Temple Laboratory. Yeah, I never say subscribe, like, and all that stuff. I don't want to convince you. If you don't like it, I don't, what I mean? Always been like that. I ain't gonna beg for your likes, but I always appreciate it when other people say, hey, yo, like his video and stuff like that. So I appreciate you. Okay, let me find your question. When you're on your altar, can we do art to represent intent if we don't have tools? Can we do art to represent intent if we don't have tools? I do not get your question, yo. I apologize. Welcome, Miss Myers. My last name Myers as well. We might be family. You feel me? You in Ohio? We might be family, yo. Yeah, I don't get your question, Mirror Spirits. Reword that question. I don't know what you mean by art or whatever. Are children imaginary friends actually spirits? More than likely, yes. Blanket statement. The problem with parents, especially parents who aren't spiritually conscious, they tell their children that they're imaginary friends. How many people in here had imaginary friends that they know weren't imaginary? You know what I'm saying? Like parents, once again, if you're dumb, deaf, and blind and you're leading children, your children may be older than you. They may be more spiritually wise than you. You feel me? So, but imaginary friends are not imaginary. Not at all. I think they meant, can they draw out element or missing pieces of the altar? Yeah, I mean, once again, you can do your altar however you see fit. Whatever you have to work with, start there and then build on it as you come into on your path more and more. Just add to it. The problem with most people, they don't start. There's a quote, and I don't know who said it, but there's two parts of a spiritual path: start and continue. You know what I'm saying? You're either going to start your path or start something on your path or a practice or something like that, or you're going to continue. That's the only thing. So if it's hard, a lot of you, and I'm not picking on you in particular, but a lot of you want the third grade assignment, but yet you haven't went through the first grade. You feel me? A lot of you want to be a promotion, but you ain't even got the gig yet. You feel me? You have to start in order to graduate or in order to reach the next level. How can you reach the next level if you haven't started at the basement? You feel what I'm talking about? So my long-winded way, man, you just have to start. Once you start, your spirit will guide you into what you need. My first altar, literally, I had deities on there. I had a bowl of water and an apple. Something like that, if I remember correctly. It was dumb simple, yo. If y'all know my story, I had some miraculous things pop. You know what I'm talking about? If you know anything about my first altar, and I made a video, my first altar experience, if I'm not mistaken. You can find it on my channel where I share my actual story. Working, driving a semi truck, going to Short Vine at La Rosa's and what happened. I ain't gonna say it here because that's the story that I'm going to share for another date. Plus, I already put it in a video. But trust me when I tell you, with the smallest stuff on my altar, I had one of the most miraculous experiences of my life. And I've had, humbly, a lot of spiritual experience, lots of them. I had one of the most profound ones by working with an altar that many people say, yo, that altar ain't working. That ain't popping. and it was in my bedroom, and I didn't have any ancestors on it. So all these people saying, oh, you can't have an altar in your bedroom or you can't have a deity altar, they don't know what you're talking about. How do I know? Because based on my own experience, I was revealed otherwise. And I'm no exception. I'm not unique in that regard. You feel me? Okay, Nova, appreciate the contribution. What's your perspective on being buried versus cremated? Great question. For one, and I know you're not gonna ask me, you're not asking me this, so I'm gonna give you a bonus. Funerals are for the living. Funerals are for the living. Yes, it's a practice amongst a lot of people, a lot of cultures to have a funeral, but who is a funeral really for? It's for the living to grieve and make peace with the person leaving. In fact, many disincarnated souls, many spirits, once they leave the body, they usually stick around earth for so many days and they usually always attend their funeral. That's why when you hear stories about people having lights flicker or their cell phone to go off and it'll be the person that transition and they're like, what the hell, whatever. There's many stories like that because the person is given so much time in order to take care of their life, see what's happening with their possessions. You get nosy, like, okay, how is people grieving? Where's my stuff going? And they have a certain incubation period, if you would, before they go into the quote unquote light or go into the afterlife. So a funeral is for the living, but the spirit usually sticks around to see what's going on. Now, when you have a cremation, it's easier for the soul to leave the body and leave this earth domain. You feel me? There is no way, shape, or form I would have a funeral for myself, and there's no way, shape, or form they're going to take my body and put it in the joint. For one, I'm not going to transition the way most humans transition. I'm going to share that with the people at the retreat. I'm not going to do it here. But I would highly recommend that you get cremated if you have a loved one. I would recommend that kind of say it's probably more. I would say if they're not spiritual, I'd be like more, it's more economically friendly. It's better for the earth. I would say things maybe that they care about. You feel me? But if I were to recommend something for you, I would always say a cremation. It's way easier on the soul than getting buried. Yo, person, answer the Apple question. Apple stays on the altar until you see it go bad. If that's what you're led to, dice controller, I don't even want to repeat the question because that's probably not a lot of people ain't gonna want to deal with that. But yeah, you can use black scrying mirrors. You can create a portal yourself. You can draw a circle and create a portal. Yeah, you can do it yourself. Whatever you're guided to. That's why I'm trying to get you. I'm doing my best to get you to the point where you rely on your own inner guidance. A lot of things that y'all ask, there's many ways of doing it. Like there's many ways to meditate, many ways of doing an altar, many ways of doing a numerology chart, many ways of doing an astrological chart. Everything in spirituality and metaphysics has many different ways of making it happen. I want you to get to the point. It's my will that everyone gets to the point where they can go with their inner guidance. So whatever comes to mind when you're wanting to do something, always start there. A lot of you get inspiration from spirit or get guidance, and then you go and run and ask somebody like myself or another spiritual teacher, and then you let what they say trump what you receive from spirit. I don't care who it is that tells you anything. If your spirit told you otherwise, I would always listen to my spirit. No way, shape, or form where I listen to a human before I listen to my spirit. Men lie, women lie, numbers can even be misleading. Guess what? Don't lie. Your spirit. My spirit is undefeated. My ego is not. You feel me? So make sure to always follow your spirit. What up? What up, C Diggs? You have any question? You still got, I don't, after your major contribution you sent that one day, you still haven't asked me a question, I don't believe. All right, what else we got going on, yo? What else? Got any other questions? You send any other questions, Kenny? If you do, make sure just to repeat it, bro. Uh, 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 uh. Shout out to all 60 something of y'all on here on this impromptu live. Like I said, I know it's been a minute since I came through and holler at y'all, especially a Q&A. It's going to be the last time, though. Y'all don't have any questions for me. This is crazy. She called me Mr. Ali. I'll take that. I've been on Earth over 40 years, man. I'll take a Mr. and a Sir. I know people be saying that, oh, don't call me Sir. That's my dad's name. I'll take that as respect, man, when people say that. OBE, everyone has OBEs. It's called dreams. So absolutely. Somebody said ghosts usually end up eaten by what? What are you talking about? I don't get that. You know, ghosts eat nothing, eat nobody. You want to see any other questions, Kenny? Y'all don't have any questions. I don't have any answers, yo. Gotta give me some questions. Even if it's not personal, you can ask me questions about anything. Okay, okay, how to increase one's energy force. What do y'all think? How do you increase your energy force? What do y'all think? That's all I want to see in the chat right now. How do you increase your energy force? How do you increase your energy force, yo? Meditation, middle pillar ritual, meditation. How do you increase your energy force? Meditation with the intention. Sun gazing. There's layers you can build a pond in. There's a layers you meditation, staying in the presence. Okay, I'm gonna give you two recommendations. One, how do we get our energy? How do we get our energy, yo? We get our energy from food and water. So that's your first clue. What foods are you eating, consuming, and what water are you consuming? What are you putting into your vessel? What energy are you feeding into your vessel? Now, I'm not going to tell you what diet you need to do or whatever, what like that. I'm just going to tell you from my own experience, I operate better when I have less meat, less sugar, and less unnatural foods. The cleaner I eat, the more energy I have. So that's your first clue. Find a diet that vibes with your energy. For some, it may be veganism. For other, it may be vegetarian. For some, like me, I try my best not to eat too much red meat. Haven't eaten swine or pork in like 20 something years, maybe 30. It's been a minute since I had pork. You feel me? But I operate best, so I'm eating mostly like live foods, fresh fruits and vegetables, and some seafood or whatever. Second, what is the biggest thing on our planet that gives us energy? The sun. So I would recommend practicing solar gazing, sun gazing, or just sun bathing, connecting with the energy of the sun. So food and drink and rest as well. You got to rest your body and working with the sun. Those would be my three recommendations for that as far as stepping up your energy. Okay, I see another super chat. Appreciate that, Miss DTV. As I progress on my spiritual journey, hold on, let me show this. Bam. As I progress on my spiritual journey, the lights on my kitchen have flickered, and more so now. Are these my ancestors? Thanks for all you do. Absolutely. If that's what came to your mind, then I would say yes. The best way that the spirit works through communication is through fire. I've been saying that for a long time now. Fire is a way for spirits to communicate to humans. You feel me? So a lot of people, why you think when you have an altar, you have all these different anomalies dealing with the flame? I have had so many people talk about the flame on their altar after they started doing altar work. Why is that? It's the ancestors communicating with you through the flames or whatever. So I would say 99.9% of the time is usually dealing with the ancestors when you're talking about the flames in the altar. All right. Okay, I got another super chat, I do believe. I appreciate you. I appreciate you and the information you share. Oh, appreciate you as well. Appreciate you as well, for sure, for sure. Is the Soul Glow Spiritual Retreat spot available? Is it a single room? It is absolutely not. It is a shared co-ed bunk bed room. Now, I might have it where I can put the fellas in one room and the lady. I think I have 3 bunk bed rooms, I'm not mistaken. I forget. But I may have it. The numbers may work where it could be just all females in one room and all males, but I can't guarantee that. But just know that this is the 4th time I've done this, and 3 times I never had any problems or whatever. So no, it's a shared co-ed room. Now the 5th retreat, the one in September, I still have rooms available, but you need to cop them as soon as possible. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, you need to run. It is what it is, man. The joints sell out and the rooms go first, because when you get a room, you're allowed 2 people in a room. You feel me? So take that price and divide it by 2, because all the rooms, they have a king bed, private bath, television, and a futon. So you can comfortably put 2 or 3 people in that room. So I allow 2 people for the room. But for the 4th retreat, the spot that is available, that is a co-ed room. I call it a general selection. All right. And a link is in the description. Let me check and make sure ain't nobody cop it. I don't believe so. Nope, I don't believe so. Has somebody copped a Spiritual Biz Accelerator, I would definitely be seeing you. So I got about 8 more spots for the biz joint. Like I said, I don't like making that class too big. But I'll look for. I would like to see you, Jack. If you are cool with that, make sure to come holler at me. If not, then wait around for the next one. How do you protect yourself in public places? Is that the question, Kenny? All right, I got you. Whatever Kenny put on there, I'm gonna answer or whatever. He's my moderator today. In public places, this is what I recommend. 2 things. Get you some dark crystals, black, red, or hematite color, silvery kind of color. Some root chakra crystals or dark crystals. Keep them on your person. Or if you don't want to keep it on your person, make it into like a sachet. Make a bag. Look up herbs for protection and crystals for protection. Put it in a pouch or something like that. Excuse me. Program that bag. So hold it in your hand and just say some words over it. If you're connected to a deity or your ancestors, say their name and invoke them. If you want to connect it to the universe, to say that or whatever. But what you want to do is you want to program, speak it into the bag. This is for protection. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for protecting me in public. Thank you for making sure nothing harms me. Just start programming, putting energy, speak it into existence, put that into that bag, and then keep it on your person. That's one thing you can do. And just like with the sage, you don't have to keep doing it. Because once you do that and you program it, you keep that crystal, that bag on your person, and it's going to always protect your aura. What it's going to do is connect with your auric field and give it that extra layer of protection. Also, once again, protective talisman, l9shop.com, el9shop.com, copper protective talisman, or go on Google and see how to create a protective talisman. All right. I guess I'm gonna give you 3. Third, when you go in public, cross your arms. Whenever you feel like a lot of energy is coming to you, just cross your arms on some Wakanda-ish. You feel me? To keep the energy from coming into you. It's a protective energy. It's like, have you noticed if you're talking to somebody and people do this subconsciously that don't want to hear you, they just cross their arms. So a way of protecting your energy is by crossing your arms over your chest or whatever, protecting your heart chakra. All right. So those 3 ways to protect yourself in public. How to determine what spirit is communicating to you. Which spirits are you aligned with? And if you're not aligned with any spirits, then simply ask who the hell they are. Now, this will require you to develop a high level of intuition. I've done this with beings in the sun. You know, I had a being in the sun one time I was solar gazing, came through, and I was like, hey, yo, state your name. What's your business? I gave them the whole 9. I don't allow any spirits to come around me unless they state who the hell they are and what the hell do they want. You feel me? So you want to, if it's a spirit, if you're dealing with energies, ancestor, deity, it's more than likely them. If you're not, then you just want to simply ask who the hell they are. You have to develop your intuition. You can ask for a sign, like give me a sign within 24 hours of who you are. You might stumble upon a book. Somebody may send you a friend request with a weird name. I mean, it's myriad of ways how they can deliver a sign to you. So that'd be my recommendations for that. It's kind of difficult if you don't have a lot of self-trust and you don't have a great deal of intuition. You feel me? Some of you are like myself, where if you ask and you can hear the answer, you feel me? I always recommend you cultivate and develop meditation and intuitive practices. You know, eating a certain way, doing a certain meditation, scrying. I'm big on scrying or whatever. Go into my video and I teach you how to do what's called candle scrying. If you're an accelerator member, go to the webcast called Scry on it, and I literally lay out the exact way I do my scrying. Also, the accelerator member, there's a module called the Psychic Development Masterclass. That joint's worth hundreds of dollars in my opinion. That'll get you right. You feel me? So that's what I recommend for that. And that's the accelerator. All right, couple more, y'all. Couple more. How can I find my spiritual parents? Are you able to tell someone who they are? This. Or go into my YouTube channel and put in how to find deities to work with or something like that. I have a video, but I'll recommend a book. But if you don't want to cop that, then go check out the video. It should give you enough so you can get started. Y'all know me. I don't like always recommending something that you have to pay for. I know, like, truth be told, a lot of stuff you can find online. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to try to play y'all. You feel me? But you ask me, I got to tell you, hey, I'll recommend a book. It's mad affordable, but if you don't want to spend that, then go watch the video. That should be enough to get you started. Are you or do you know anyone that is affected by old antiques and antique stores? I'm not affected, but I know that definitely happens. That definitely happens for sure. Like I said, when the spirit leaves, they have a certain incubation period where they can stay on earth for so long before they go into the ethers or go into the afterlife or go to the light. For some spirits, they do not want to go. So they get attached to people, places, and things. That's why graveyards are a place that has a lot of wandering spirits. That's why bars have spirits. They sell spirits, and they also have spirits that congregate around there. Churches have spirits. Old buildings have spirits. But spirits can also attach to a piece of equipment that they had. There was a story on Celebrity Ghost Stories where these people, or this female, she brought in a chair into her crib. The chair was at a restaurant that was across the street. She lived in California. She brought the chair home, and then one day, literally, the chair was upstairs. The chair came from downstairs and went upstairs, and it pinned her sister into a room. Her sister was trying to get out, open the door, like, help me, or whatever. The owner, the one that copped the chair, she came out and was like, oh my God, the chair. And she kind of pried it so her sister can get out. But she went to the restaurant, and supposedly the restaurant had a lot of ghostly activity. It used to be, I believe, a brothel, and one of the waitress or one of the statutes, you feel me, got done in that one way, ended her life. And guess what? Died in that chair. So she was attached to that chair. So whoever owned it, that spirit was still there. And it was a restless spirit, upset spirit, mad, angry ghost, poltergeist. You feel me? So a spirit can attach themselves to antique, and it don't have to be an antique. It can just be an item. Say you're deeply in love with your laptop. You can't live without it. Then you die. You don't think you're going to be attached to that thing? You don't think that's going to be something that may prevent you from going on to your next assignment? So that's why it's very important not to be attached to certain items. But that's just a simple example of that. Yeah, people telling you about Deity Linkage. It is what it is, man. Like I said, I would recommend that book even if I didn't write it. I think it's that it in my opinion, it should be a staple on anybody. Any metaphysician should have that book. And like I said, no matter if I wrote it. I say that one and Encyclopedia of Spirits by Judica Ills. Those are the two books I recommend for deities. And then once Alter Magic Manual comes out, which I'm so elated it's finally coming out, yo. I definitely recommend that as well. And out of that, you can cop it right now. If you want to pre-order it, yeah, because I know for sure it's going to be out in March. If you want to pre-order it, go to our online store, l9shop.com, click on books so you can pre-order an autographed copy. All right. Okay, so what book again? Deity Linkage Manual and Encyclopedia of Spirits by Judica Ills. Here, I'll type it. Encyclopedia of Spirit. Hold on. I ain't got a typo. I just get it. This book right here. Encyclopedia of Spirits by Judica Ills. Book is dope, yo. Look how thick it is. Mad thick, yo. You know what I mean? Oh, what up, Eric? Eric Holland Jones. I ain't seen that name in a minute. Peace, God. Peace to the God, yo. Peace to the God. So yeah, y'all. Let me make sure ain't nobody copy yet. Y'all want to come holler at me next month? Come on now. You want to come holler at me, man? Go into the link in the description. The Soul Glow Spiritual Retreat number 4, discounted rate, general selection room. All you have to do is get to the Smokies, yo. Going to feed you, going to drink. It's going to have all kinds of people there, man. It's going to be a beautiful time, yo. Like, once again, I attract some of the most down-to-earth spiritual people. I can assure you that. The people I attract, like, it make me be a people person for real. Because y'all know I'm not a people person. You feel me? But the people I attract, they cool. It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun. We're going to kick it. You're going to learn. You're going to be motivated. And like I said, I have some specials that I haven't even told the people coming. Some things I'm going to present and do that they don't even know about. The game that we always do, there's always a classic. We have a Metaphysical Family Feud. I give away prizes. That's one of the highlights every year is when we have the game. So you don't have to know anything. You get part of a team, and the team gets a win prizes and stuff like that. We just have a beautiful time, yo. We say the miracle prayer together. I set up an altar. We do altar, man. We do we do a lot in those few days. Like I said, I don't want to sell it. I just want to put it out there. So if you want to be down, yo, I'm telling you, it's like that, man. It's like that. You feel me? Go into the link in the description. You can join. Other than that, you can join the one in September. Like I said, it's already I want to say about 4 spots already gone. You feel me? And it's still 6 months away. But the earlier you secure your spot, the cheaper it'll be as far as if you need to do some sort of flex pay. Right now, you can secure your spot, even a room. You can get a full room for yourself, secure that, and over 4 months pay the remaining balance automatically debited. So I offer flex pay. I believe that's what makes me kind of unique, is I know people got a budget and I try to make things dumb affordable. So I price these things where you may look at it like, man, it's like that or where, but if you know how much I had to pay, like I had to pay a lot of money to secure 12, 13 bedroom cabins in Tennessee. It's not cheap, yo. So I do my best to make it as affordable as possible. That's why I put it where you ain't even got to bring food. You know what I'm saying? Like, who does that? You got free food. The first year I had someone cater. You know what I'm talking about? I had people come in, they cater. But to be honest, the food wasn't seasoned right. It was bland, not from what I said, from other people. They're like, man, this food's bland. So ever since then, I know people can cook. I know, I mean, we got so many people, like we make breakfast. It's just like, it's like we're family for like a few days, man. It's very much enjoyable, yo. It's one of the highlights of what I do. That's why I had to bring it back. Usually when I retire something, I don't bring it back. But my spirit was like, man, it's time to do another retreat. And soon when I put the fourth retreat up, it sold out. I want to say about a week and a half, yo. Literally sold out. Like, you know what I'm talking about? So we had a cancellation. That's why it came down like that. Appreciate that, Eric. Appreciate that, bro. I ain't gonna repeat it. It sounds too egoic, but I appreciate that. What they say, I try to be. I try to be. Don't know. I don't really like the word try. All right, Joe. So I don't see any questions, man. Like I said, come holla at me. Can't say it enough. Also, the spiritual biz joint. If you have been waiting, I'm going to run it again. Make sure to go to spiritualbizaccelerator.com. And if you want to start or grow your spiritual business in an ethical way, I'll teach you everything I've done to get to the point where I'm sovereign, I'm living my purpose, I'm doing what I came here to do, and I'm doing it in an ethical way. When you follow me or connect with me on everywhere, you see I don't do any underhanded stuff. Everything I say, I deliver, even if it's the book and it took longer than what I say. But at the end of the day, if I say something, I deliver. You don't see me overly promoting anything. If you go to my social media, you don't see me $5 readings and come here sign. You don't see none of that. Just go follow me on all the social media. Go everywhere I'm at. Go. You don't see no over promotion and all this stuff or whatever. And that's for a reason. And you can do that as well. So Spiritual Biz Accelerator, spiritualbizaccelerator.com. All right. So enough promotion, enough plugs and all that stuff. Willing that I came on here and answer your questions, gave you something to chew on, gave you some motivation, some inspiration. As you know, make sure to join the email list for free. So I'll end it with something free because I know I've been promoting stuff. Go to indraemail.com, submit your email address, and you can get some free motivation, inspiration, and education every morning. Every AM at 9 o'clock, you will hear from me in your inbox. And it's not no fluffy stuff. It's really, in my opinion, it's really high level spiritual knowledge that's given to you in bite size and in a way you can chew. You feel me? Consume it real quick. In a few minutes, you can get something to jumpstart your day. All right. So until next time, y'all, peace.